Hey guys, after a grueling 7-game series, Cleveland has finally gotten the first championship, defeating Golden State Warriors. Hey Dan, aren't you happy?
Uh, Wrong podcast.
Oh, welcome to the All-In Fantasy Basketball Podcast. I am kidding. Welcome to the. Okay, but you can obviously tell we're huge basketball fans, and I don't really care who won, but Dan is overjoyed to know that Golden State won. Anyways,
I have shoutouts at the end of
welcome
the.
to the.
I have
Hmm?
shoutouts at the end.
Yeah. All right. Yo, Dan, you got to speak up. I can barely hear you.
I said I have shoutouts at the end.
All right. Okay. Anyways, welcome to the All in Fantasy podcast where we talk about fantasy and we talk about things that we do well and things we don't do well. And this week, oh man, I have so many things to talk about where I didn't do well. But before we get into that, I am Max. I guess I'm hosting this podcast and I suck at fantasy LCS. You guys shouldn't even listen to anything I'm saying. In fact, do the exact opposite of anything I'm telling you to do because I suck.
Christopher is already doing that. I'm Dan, and pretty happy that Cleveland Cavaliers won their first championship, and Stephen Curry, you ain't the real MVP.
I'm Zisha, and I'm the only one here who doesn't follow basketball.
All right, okay. All right, okay. Anyways, I guess we should just start off by recapping anything that happened this week. And I just want to say that last week, I rode the rocket really hard. I was telling everyone to hop on the bandwagon, but they went full challenger on me. Too soon? Too soon to make a challenger joke? Anyways, yeah, Rocket didn't do so well. I mean, I know like last week, a lot of people were saying Rocket was going to do really well, but unfortunately they didn't do very well. And I do apologize for telling people that you should pick up Rocket, but you shouldn't. And yeah, they sucked. I picked up Parang, and I was like, oh, dude, I'm going to put Parang in my flex over Lot, and that just ended disastrously. Not that I would have won my week anyways because I'm a shitter, but
Okay.
yeah, whatever.
I made the same mistake. I benched Wild Turtle, and I started Steelback. It was a big mistake. I probably lost because of that as well.
You were so confident in the Immortal Hate Train, too.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not that I hate
Immortals
Immortals.
kept me in the week.
I just don't think they're as strong as they should be. I don't hate them.
They're still pretty good, though.
They are good, but they're not great. They're
You know,
like
yeah, they're
they're like the Miami
Turtle's
Heat.
better than. Oh, okay. Well, anyways, moving on. I just want to point out that what the hell is going on with Giants? They're so schizophrenic. One game they suck, and one game they're on fire. Especially Sunstar. I can't decide if Sunstar is good or he's trash because I can't tell. I'm reading the Reddit, and everyone's dumping on Sunstar, but I'm looking at the stats, and he's actually really good. And speaking of that, Kobe as well. I guess Splice is a mid-tier team, but I guess when they're facing trashy, like crap teams, I guess Sunstar and Kobe is going to score really well. So I really don't know what I should think about them. And I don't even know if I want to drop one of my actual 80 carries, like Lot or Freeze, for either of them, because that's such a risky pick. Because at
You
least I can
probably only
trust...
want them in easy weeks.
I've been believing
Because they're
No, but
mediocre
Kobe.
Koreans on bad teams.
Okay, no, okay, but then am I going to drop like my actual 80 carries, which is Lot and Freeze, for Sunstar and Kobe?
Yeah, no.
See,
Even though statistically,
I'm having that
statistically-
dilemma as well too. Like, do I drop Wild Turtle and Steelback for Kobe? it's hard to do.
all right, let's look at stats here real fast for 80 carries, and I'm gonna go to total points in the split. Kobe, Lot, and Sunstar is actually ahead of Wild Turtle, Freeze, and a lot of other people. So,
Let's see here.
like, what do I do? Like,
I mean,
anyways, moving on.
it's only been 3 weeks. Like, realistically, Wild
Yeah.
Turtle is gonna come back and
Yeah.
get up there. But I mean, aside from that, they're like if you're playing an
Nice.
8-man league, you're definitely gonna have them on your team. In a 6-man league,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot harder to make that decision.
Hey, Dan,
think so.
speaking of... Okay, Zisha, yeah, sorry. Go on.
Giants at least. I'm like looking at who they faced so far. They faced like Fnatic, I think G2, and H2K, right?
Yeah.
But then all the rest of their games were against like trash teams.
No, okay, so they don't face mid-tier
So
teams.
did they have an easier what's it called so far than some of the other players you were talking about?
Okay, so Laud has faced Energy, TL, Apex, P1, Immortals, CLG. So they've had a pretty tough schedule. Kabi has faced G2, Fnatic. Those are the only good teams. Sunstar has faced Fnatic, G2, H2K. Schedule compared to Freeze, who's been playing Roccat, Fnatic, and G2. I guess it's still too early to say, but then I don't feel like I'm gonna drop Lot or Freeze for Sunstar or Kabi. But anyways,
Yeah.
speaking of 80 carries and them scoring points, oh boy, Piglet. Dan?
If you have Piglet on your team, you're probably pretty worried right now because he got benched over the weekend. He didn't play a single game, and at the same time, Fabi, his replacement, did pretty good. He didn't get a lot of kills, got a lot of assists, so he was involved in a lot of team fights. But the most important thing was that TL won both of their matches. So it's a little bit worrisome if you're a Piglet owner, especially since he has a little bit of a rift going on between him and Dardoch. So I don't know.
Did they have a rift though?
Well, apparently Dardoch's suspension was due to disagreements between himself and Locodoco and Piglet in the way that the game is supposed to be played. And Dardoch had his suspension. He came back. He did fairly well. Did really well this week, while Piglet was benched. So maybe there is something going on between the two of them.
I don't know. Every single piece of like media they've put out, they've just repeatedly said that Piglet is like not gone for good and he's gonna be back in playing games, just not this week.
I don't know.
Like
I think it's okay to have a 10-man roster, you know.
But I mean,
If Piglet's gonna retire.
If Liquid is winning without him, why would they want to put him back in? You're gonna go with whatever works, right?
Yeah. Granted, they also had an easy week, so I mean
Yeah.
they played Phoenix and they played Energy,
Mm-hmm.
and Energy's
Yeah.
won the 3 games.
That's true.
So I think this was the week they were going to out of any of their weeks, this would probably be one of the easiest to swap out Piglet in.
Yep.
And they were saying that they wanted Piglet to help their challenger team this week is one of the main reasons they did the swap.
Let's hope
They
so.
facing Cloud9 Academy.
Let's hope so.
No, they faced each other already.
Who knows?
Now, we also have Envy, who I was pretty high on them this week, but they lost a match against Immortals. But I don't think you guys should be too worried about that. If you guys watched the games, Envy actually came. They're actually pretty close. Like it came down to a late game fight for the games to end, and in the second match they even were just a few auto attacks short of destroying the Immortals Nexus. So don't
Those
be too
games were,
worried if you're Team Envy. Even if you
Those
had the
games were
team, you
both
scored
teams
a lot of
throwing really
points.
hard though.
Yeah.
It was a lot of back and forth yo-yoing and stuff like that. I mean, Envy played a really good macro game and rotations, but I don't know. You slip up once against Immortals, and Immortals just closes that gap and takes advantage of it.
I
Both
think
teams
in
were
that
face
game where
checking
they
each other
lost-
constantly, as a
Yeah.
team. So
I think in
I
that
don't know
game where
about
they
those
lost,
games.
it was Huni on Lissandra and he took 2 inhibs by himself. I think at that point they lost already because if they stopped sieging the Immortals bot inhib, they would have just lost all the momentum because they're gonna have 2 lanes pushing in and they're gonna only have 1 lane pushing out and they can't and then they just concede the map to Immortals, so they had to go for broke. That's
You know
what I
what?
think at least.
They weren't even all attacking the Nexus though. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they
there's a
could have
couple of
played
them
that
that are
better.
trying to fight and stuff like that, and it took too long for
Yeah.
them to all get onto the Nexus.
The question is, if they all got into the Nexus and no one was fighting Immortals, would they have survived for long enough to clear the Nexus?
We'll never know. We will
Never
never
know.
know.
It's okay. By game 3, fantasy scoring was over already, so it's okay. Even in a game that Envy lost, you would have been happy for them because they scored a bucket.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, Envy, all the players still scored well. The team even scored well, so it's not like you had too many concerns. So yeah, like, keep riding the Envy wave. It's all good.
I'm pretty confident in that.
Anything you want to say, Zisha, in the last week at all? Anything that stood out to you?
Anything that stood out to me?
Yeah.
TSM had a lot worse week than I thought, but they still did fine.
They did.
And it's going to be an easy ride from them here on out.
Which leads us to our matches. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll start with let's talk about our match, I guess.
All right.
Back here.
Beat you by, 11 points?
Yeah, so you beat me by 11 points. Damn it, man. This was actually really surprising to me because I thought I was going to get steamrolled by TSM. But like you said, they didn't do as well as they were expected to do. And yeah, I mean, a simple switch in Steelback and Wild Turtle would have won me the game. So, kind of shitty. I could have had it, but whatever.
Yeah, the real nail biter was when they got absolutely nothing against C9 in that second game.
Mm-hmm.
Bifrost scored, I think, 1 point in the game 2 versus C9.
Yeah, it was tough, man. But I mean, Bifrost, yeah, he shit on Bunny Fufu, but Smoothie was shitting on him. So.
Oh yeah.
Then we have a match of Steph versus Chris. So what's this? This is basically a really shitty matchup too, because Chris only won because Piglet didn't play. So that's a little bit of a disappointer too. Like Chris or Steph pretty much had this match. Pretty disappointing on her end. Let's jump over to Max's match. Max, what do you have to say about your match? You're all close to 100-point deficit.
90-point deficit.
Well, Rocket really dropped the ball this week. You know, that's the thing with having a top laner and Flex. He never scored that well. I think the other person I wanted to put in was either Proxen or it was Laud. And I was probably going to go with Laud because he was an 80 carry. Laud scored 90 points, I think. I wouldn't have beaten Tim this week regardless because Ben friggin' went off. But, you know, I wouldn't have gotten, manhandled if I had Laud in, but then hindsight's always 20/20. I don't think I could have fielded an any better team than what I have. I mean, Ninja had 90 points, Huni had 75, Yankos, well, HTK
The main
was a little
problem
disappointing.
for you was that all of H2K scored mediocre at best, and you had 3 H2K in your lineup.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, the envy wave.
I should have. I should have kept Immortals a team in. I think that's what I've done.
You should probably do that this week.
I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do that this week, and Immortals are gonna score trash. So just.
They always do that.
I'm going to do my team, and I'm gonna take a screenshot, and I'm gonna post it on Reddit, and you guys can do exactly what else, like exact opposite of anything I'm doing, and then you're gonna score well. Let's just put it that way.
All right, so let's go over to our standings here. Okay, so the new standings that we have as of the end of week 3. Leroy Jensen in 6th place, went down 1 spot. Chris's team, Appa2, went up 1 spot, up to 5th. My team, Peel For Me, dropped down 1 spot to 4th place. Tim's team took my spot, going up 1 in 3rd place. Steph's team, How to Skill Shot, didn't move, still stays in 2nd place. And Zisha's team is still undefeated with 3 wins and 0 losses. So somebody's got to take him down. And then that brings us over to the matches for week 4. So week 4, the first match we have is Steph versus Zisha. So How to Skill Shot versus I Believe in Weldon. And the question here is Piglet gonna play this week? And if she does, I think she has a pretty solid team. It's, like, other than Odo Omne, which is kind of a question with H2K.
Piglet's probably gonna play.
Yeah, otherwise
Honestly,
I think
what
she
I'm
has a
most
pretty
afraid
solid
of-
team.
What I'm most afraid of this lineup is Sneaky and Jensen.
Sneaky's been
Just
consistent
going
throughout the
off
entire
completely.
season. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I'm legitimately afraid this week of just getting bent over and slapped real hard.
I also think that Fnatic has a really good week too, so I think Yellowstar's gonna go off as well. So
you know, that there's something I have to say about that. You know how like the past few weeks I've had Nuke Duck as my flex because I haven't had anyone better?
yeah.
This week I'm fielding Exodia and Spirit on flex. I'm hoping it'll go well.
Alright, sweet. So that's gonna be pretty much the match of the week, I would think. Looks like it's gonna be pretty close even on ride predictions. And just from looking at the team here, it looks like solid teams from both ends. Hopefully Piglet plays as well as he usually does, even though he's been sucking ass this season or this split so far.
No, hopefully Piglet sucks ass and Rocket doesn't 2-0 Fnatic. Those are the two things I want to happen.
Alright, so let's move over to Max's match. Leroy Jensen versus Chris.
I changed my team name. Give me a second. Let me update it.
So let me refresh this for you guys so you guys can see it as well.
Things are happening
There you go.
live.
Rocket equals Challenger. Max, known for changing his name multiple times throughout the split. So, yeah, he's no longer Leroy Jensen.
I don't see how I'm gonna win this week.
Let's see. What does he have? Chris has Ray.
This
top
is
lane.
1 week to not believe in envy.
Okay, so
Yeah,
first
this
of
is
all,
the 1 week.
I personally believe that Chris should sub out Bunny Fufu and put in Smoothie.
Yes.
His flex spot.
I think he should stay away entirely till they figure out who's gonna be playing those games.
I think Smoothie has been consistently doing better than Bunny Fufu, regardless.
Yeah.
Point wise.
Yeah. And,
Well, even in general, I think
Chris's
over one game.
Chris's flex spot is pretty sketchy. His entire bench is shit. Who he is shit. He should pick up Kabi.
But he has Fnatic carries to carry him real hard and rain over.
Yeah, but I don't know.
This is the 1 week I want Origin to go off. You know, like Origin could like turn it around, or like they go like, we've played 18 games already. It's time to go into playoff mode, even though it's like halfway through the season. And they go like, then Soaz goes on fire, and then like Xpeke does Xpeke things, picks Casted in ADC, backdoor them.
Well, Ray hasn't had too good of a week. He didn't have too good of a week.
Oh man, that one game on Jarvan where he's just blowing people up. Oh, that was great. But then yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Apex
I mean,
is like
he's gonna have to be more consistent. So
Yeah.
Ray as a top laner there. It's a pretty big gamble, but it's not like he has anything better to put in there, I guess. Anything you want to say about your team this match? I mean, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think H2K is an easy week, but I don't know if I want to put in H2K the team, because Immortal has an easy week too, and Immortal is known for slugfest, especially with like the likes of Dardoch and
Yeah.
CLG.
Envy, on the other hand,
Well,
has their hardest week of the split, I think.
but C9 with C9 is slugfest as well.
Yes.
Wait, didn't we just play C9?
No,
Wait, didn't Envy just play C9?
Envy just played Immortals.
Oh, Immortals, okay.
Yeah.
So C9 games are slugfest, so I'm banking on that.
But what about TSM?
No, TSM is slaughter, but you have to pick your poison, right? I'm not gonna put Terang back in. Do you want me to put Expect in or something? Hey, you know what? That might be good. But should I put Expect in or Huni?
I'm kind of
I'm gonna keep
feeling
Huni in.
Expect. No, I would keep Huni in for sure. I as
Yeah.
much as
I
I
would
don't
maybe
believe in
even put
Immortals,
Expect in for Flex.
maybe over Lod.
Over Laud?
Yeah,
Over
Or
lot
put
against
start-
TSM and C9, yeah.
yeah. Because G2 has an easy week.
I'm gonna listen to Zisha, because if I listen to myself, I'm just gonna lose.
Probably.
Lot's gonna get slaughtered by both those teams' bot lanes.
Yeah, I would definitely put in Expect.
I'm surprised no one picked up Expect.
I have Seraph and Impact. I can't drop any of them for him. I want to.
I'm not convinced by Expect yet. And plus, I already have 2 top laners.
Alright, so let's move
Yeah,
on
they're
to
playing-
my match against Tim. So his team is, I don't know. I don't know how he's winning his matches. I don't like his team at all, other than
He's good.
Sven.
Tim's good.
Shit. Guess for me, I kept Seraph on the bench this week just because they have a super hard week. I think Impact has a much better week, and so he's gonna keep scoring nice points. Even though Seraph last week, which I thought again was gonna do not as good as Impact, he actually was the top laner of week 3. But I'm not gonna bank on that. Trick and Perks, they have solid weeks. Wild Turtle has a pretty good looking week for them, so I'm gonna put him in over Steelback. Steelback is facing Fnatic. I don't think he's gonna do well against Fnatic. X Special is the only support I have. I'm gonna keep riding him. And Meteos has been doing solid, and because of the games that they have this week, I think he's gonna do really well over any of my other flex picks as well. So that's my team. And
I
hopefully
like
it
how
works
the
out.
Riot prediction has you at a complete loss because they predict Medius and Impact to score 30 points.
That's my head fake. You know.
Yeah. The C9 has 10 players on the roster, so they're gonna spread the points out.
Stupid Riot. Alright, so let's move over to our predictions for week 4, I guess. Alright, Max, take it away. Take it away.
I'm still trying to decide if I should have Expect in or Laud in. Alright, anyways. Let's see. I guess we're gonna start with top laners. Sorry, just let me pull up the other information. Sorry, just give me a second. Oh, stuff's not responding. Anyways, I have Huni top because Huni's facing Envy and they're facing Energy. I think it's gonna be an easy-ish week, and Huni's due for a pentakill like right about now. So, then I have Hunter second because Exodia, and then H2K actually has an easy week, and Otawame has random games where he just goes off. So I'm feeling good about Otawame this week, which means he's probably gonna do really. So I put him there so people have a point of reference. Impact because C9's a slaughter. Every time C9 plays, it's a slaughter. Gamsu because Fnatic is good. I have Quas because they're playing Immortals, and Immortals is a slaughter. And I think they're also playing Phoenix 1, and Phoenix 1 is a one-sided slaughter. So if if Energy can't pull through this week in terms of like Phoenix One, then you might as well just send GBM back to Korea. And then I've expect because G2 is good, and then I'll Seraph because Seraph is good.
I have Impact as my top laner for the week. I think he has a super easy week, and I think he's gonna smash. Hey, look at who it is. Expect, I have him
Who is that?
pretty high as well too, because I think G2 is doing really well, and they also have a very easy week. Immortals also has a really easy week, so I'm finally putting some Immortal players back into the top 4. Hanser with TSM, I can't count them out even though they did not too good this past week, but I mean, they seem like they have a pretty good week as well too. Seraph is Seraph. Ray, I'm gonna... Apex has a decent week. They're playing like mid-tier teams, so I think Ray can actually do pretty good. Gamsu, Fnatic does well, so Gamsu should do well. And Cabo, I don't know, I just have faith in Cabo today, even though I don't like his team. Alright, next.
Wait, Zisha's filling in his junglers.
I'm sorry, I'm not even at home right now.
Alright, so G2 is an easy week, and since G2 is always a slaughter, so naturally I'm gonna have Trick first and Reign over second because they're just there's no reason not to have Trick or Reign over in your jungle slot if you have them. And Yankos, once again, H2K has a very easy week. Well, they have an easier week in general, and usually Yanko scores pretty high because he's pretty aggressive as an early game jungler. Spirit because Spirit is Spirit, whatever. He plays like Kha'Zix. And Meteos, he's proven himself to be a pretty angry jungler now, because especially plus C9 is a huge slugfest anyways. So I think if you have Meteos, you should start him in jungler. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. And Sven's Garen because Exodia, Shrimp because Apex is a somewhat easy week, and they are also pretty violent, and Dardoch because he's a cleanest non-import Lee Sin in NA. I think he probably has the NA Lee Sin title now because Rush is back in Korea.
Yeah, I can see that.
I have Dardoch in my 3rd slot where you had Jankos, and then I had Jankos in my 8th spot where you had Dardoch. So interesting that we're completely 180 on that. Meteos I had as my 4th because I think he's going to have a pretty solid week. I mean, he's, like I said in the previous weeks, he's super involved. He's making a lot of plays, getting kills, getting assists. So he's going to score high in my opinion. Spirit's going to do well with Fnatic. They have a super easy week. These are all easy week junglers, basically. The only guy that I was kind of a bit worried about was Proxen. I don't know. I think he's going to do pretty good because Envy also has a good week. But, he's the one that I'm
Cloud9 TSM,
sure.
is that a good week? Okay, I think it's a good week because Cloud9 is going to be a slaughter.
I'm banking on the fact that it could be a slaughter. But if it's not, then of course Svenskeren and Meteos are going to go off. But yeah, that's...
Alright, Z, you want to talk about your jungle picks?
Jungle picks? I don't actually have them in front of me.
Oh, okay. So for first, Zisha picked Eve because he's a bot, like he's a scripter. So scripters usually score really well and they hit all the skill shots, so that's why Zisha has Eve at number 1. 2, Move, because sight stones are important, and Move is practically a ward bot, so that's good.
Hey, but where's Santorin on the list?
Oh, Santorin is honorable mention. 3rd is Exile. Is he the mid laner or is he actually a jungler? I don't know, but you might as well send him to the jungle because he's always forced out of lane. And then Lulex is number 4 because Unicorns of Love, and love is important. And number 5 is Odd One because he's an admiral and honor is important. And then 6 is Hotshot GG because double penis. 7 is Sexpack to complement double penis, and 8 is Rush because he's Korean.
I'm disappointed that...
Those are my thoughts exactly. You know me so well.
I'm disappointed that Insect is not in there.
No, no. Insect is his number one top laner because that one split where you play top lane.
Yeah.
Alright,
How do you
okay.
think Shrimp is gonna do this week, actually?
I think Shrimp's gonna do okay. Did I not have
Because
Shrimp in there?
You do. You have him as
because
Oh
seven.
no,
that's the
I've Shrimp in
I've
there.
been thinking real hard about Apex this week because whoa,
Too many porn pop-ups.
Alright, anyway, Shrimp's playing Liquid and Echo Fox. So, bad team and an okay team. Shrimp is pretty aggressive as a jungler, so I
hmm
feel like he would do well. Apex also fights a lot, so that
Yeah.
might be a good thing.
I was deciding between Shrimp and Proxen as well too, and I decided to go the Proxen route.
I think I'm gonna go with Shrimp.
All right,
But
we
you know
shall
what?
see.
All in all, I think Apex has exceeded our expectation. It's either other teams are pooping the bed, or Apex has been doing a lot better than we thought
I
they
have
would.
always believed in Apex.
well, I always
I
thought Apex was like one tier under the ones that are the top teams that are performing right now.
I feel like
Yeah.
Apex has underperformed in terms of what I expected of them.
Really? I
Yeah.
wasn't sure at all where they'd be
I
before it
thought they were
started.
going to be fourth, above CLG.
Well, okay. I had no idea where they would be until that when they played Envy.
Yeah.
And then after they played Envy, I kind of had them pegged as like fifth or sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Playoff
right,
team.
right. I meant fifth, because top four is TSM, C9, Immortals, and Envy.
Immortals.
Yeah. Apex fifth.
Alright. Anyways, moving on to mid lane. I have Jensen first because Cloud9 fights in. If you have Jensen, there's no reason for you not to start him. Same thing with Bjergsen. Same thing with Perks. HTK Ryu has an easy week, so
You
yeah.
have Ryu in there
Febiven
twice.
is Febiven. Oh no, Febiven in the second
Oh,
one.
there you go.
Febiven's on 5. The reason I have Febiven slightly lower is because he for one LeBlanc game he plays like 5 Lissandra games.
Yeah.
So yeah. And Ryu has crap load of champion picks, and he does carry from the mid lane occasionally, and then I pull out to number 6. Keen number 7 because he does like these weird things. He plays Cassiopeia, and Apex fights people and drags them down to late game, where Keen finally scales up, and then I have Ninja because I have Ninja and I want him to do well. Honorable mention to Knight and Betsy because Knight on Giants has been playing well as of late, and Rocket, I still feel like they have potential somewhere. It's just untapped.
Yeah, Knight has had
Yeah,
a pretty
it's-
good week 2 and a week 3,
Yeah.
but I'm not sold yet.
Rocket has UL this week, so they have potential to score decently.
Yeah.
My picks, the first 3 are pretty much the same, just in different orders. I have Paul Belter in the top 4 this week, just because he has an easy week, even though he's the weakest link on the team. I believe in Ninja a little bit more than you do, because I think Team Envy has a pretty easy week. Fox, I don't even remember who Fox is playing.
Wait, so why do you think Team Envy has an easy week?
No, they don't.
I think they have a scrappy week, so I think
Okay,
they're gonna score well because of that. Unless it's one of those like
all right.
they score really good in the first game and they get shit on the second game. I'd rather have them, score like 18 points each game.
I can see them score really scrappy versus C9, but not versus TSM. I think with TSM games, it's always going to be they're going to 2-0 you really cleanly, or there's one close game, but not 2.
True. I'm not a believer in Ryu, just because he hasn't played well this split. And then Febiven and Keen are pretty much the 7th and 8th spot I have. Yeah, not much to say about my 6th, 7th, and 8th picks. And then we have Z's picks. Zisha. Why is Faker not in there? Oh my god, we have the man did. The man did.
Dan, do you want to read? Dan, do you want to read out Zicha's picks?
We have his first pick as Abdo. I don't know. I don't even know who this guy is.
Dan, you should look him up. He's like Korean supermodel booster fucking superstar.
I don't know who XJ9 is either. Sounds familiar, actually. Sounds familiar.
I'm dying.
I know NY Jackie. And then we have Mandin, the housemaid. I don't even know which team he's housemating for anymore. His fifth spot, I don't know how to say his name either. Salsa?
Salty.
Salsy? I don't know. Big Fat Gigi. Oh, why is Toys not in here? CRS Ruby. And of course we have Toronto's own Little Jenny.
Alright, okay. Okay. We're done. Back to serious podcast. For ACs, I'm gonna have sneaky number one because Sneaky's been scoring like tremendously. So whatever. I believe in Rebirth. Sven, easy week. Reckless, easy week. Well, no, but it's Fnatic. DL, Exodia, Sunstar because it might as well as ride the giant wagon right now. Then have him over Wild Turtle. I think that's a bad idea. Wait, let me change that.
I don't think Giants are gonna do that amazingly this week.
Whatever. Sunstar is gonna get another pentakill. They always come in packs. And then I freeze him Laud because Laud, I want to believe he has like a hard week. Then I want to believe. I want to believe in freeze as well. There's Sunstar has no reason being in there, but I'm just gonna put him in there for giggles.
For giggles. That's what my picks are for.
I have Reckless, Sven, Wild Turtle, Sneaky, Double Lift. Pretty much the same top fives. 6, 7, and 8 is where it gets a little bit different. I have Laud as 6th. I don't know why I believe in Laud. I have Kabi because I want to believe in Kabi. And I have Steelback as 8th. I think Steelback is a pretty hard week, so. But who knows? He might just fuck with me and score well, anyways. And or watch Wild Turtle do bad. Always fucking with me. Zisha's team. I don't even know what that is. Some sort of smiley face.
It's a Teemo.
I see.
It's a Teemo. It's a Teemo emoticon.
God damn it.
Wow, you just got Rick-a-rolled.
Shut up, Dan. This podcast has just went off the rails.
You just got
Alright,
Rick-a-rolled.
It's a late on a Monday night. I'm tired. Okay. All right. So for support, I'm gonna put Adrian and Bowfrost interchangeable. I think Adrian is probably the most consistent support I've ever seen, even though Immortal's not doing as well lately. And Bowfrost because Exodia, Mithy because easy week, Vander because easy week, X-Special because Apex is violent.
Oh shit, did you lag out? Oh no, Max lagged out. And Zisha's missing. Okay, let me try to get them back, guys. There we go. There we go. Welcome back.
All right. Anyways, as I was saying, Giants is the like the bad wagon for the week.
I have Yellow Star at my top and Mithy. I think Sven's gonna go off, so I think Mithy's gonna do well. I have Adrian as 3rd because I can't justify putting him as number 1 because he hasn't been number 1 support at all this season yet. Biofrost number 4, X-Special number 5.
I'm being trolled by Spotify.
I kind of like Hakuho. I don't know. It was hard for me to pick the 6th, 7th, and 8th position. Smoothie would be higher if he was playing all the games with C9.
Have they said, by the way, like what their intentions are with Smoothie and Bunny?
No, not really.
Nope. Nope.
But yeah, but I like Smoothie and I have Hako. Why is Yellow Star so low for you?
Because I think Fnatic is not as violent as Apex or C9.
Okay. Better than Smoothie though? I mean,
Yo, C9's violent. I'm pretty sure if
but he only plays
I'm
half
pretty sure
the
if
games.
Cloud9's gonna.
But yeah, it's your opinion.
You're right.
Zisha has another troll face there, and Mad Life has number 2.
Yeah. All right. Okay, for teams, I'm gonna put TSM first because usually winning teams score better, so I'm gonna have TSM there. Actually, no, in like best of 2. I mean, in best of 3s, first 2 games might not matter much, but I have a feeling TSM is gonna 2 over someone. G2, once again, I think they have an easy week. H2K has an easy week as well. And IMT has a bloody week, so hopefully bloody means games get dragged out. You get more towers, get more dragons, get more barons. C9, because C9's always bloody and they can't close games for their life. Therefore, the longer the games drag on, the better they score. Envy, because Envy has the same problem. And Fnatic, because Fnatic is good. But yeah, I can't justify putting Fnatic any higher, and Apex because they're bloody.
That C9 Envy game is gonna go to like 60 kills and like 14 dragons. I kid you not.
Yeah, for sure.
My top 8 are pretty much identical except for the order. The biggest difference was just you had H2K in 3rd and I had H2K in 8th. Who's the 80 carry for H2K? Is it Police? No, that's
Freeze.
Vitality, right? Freeze.
No, Freeze. Freeze is 80 carry for H2K. Vitality is police.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a believer in H2K. They haven't impressed me this split yet. I don't know. They're not exciting.
Not that murder like that when they murdered Fnatic.
Yeah.
But okay. You have a better record than me, so I
By
can't
one
argue
win?
with you on anything.
By 1 win. It's
I
just my
can't-
opinion,
I can't
anyways.
argue.
Like,
I can't argue with you on anything.
this is an argument between 0 and 3 and 1 and 2. Like, what does that tell you guys? Not much.
So obviously you should listen to my picks, right?
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think Freeze is legit? Do you think Freeze is legit? Do you think H2K is legit?
I think Freeze is legit. I think H2K is legit but low scoring. And sometimes Freeze gets caught up in that, sometimes he doesn't.
H2K reminds me of Vitality last season.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not a believer.
Alright, sorry.
It's all good. But yeah, that's mostly
Did you
it.
hear me just now? Or did I mute
No.
it properly?
We didn't hear you.
So, okay, because I was just like yelling podcast to my family.
But yeah, like the main thing is that I feel like H2K is like Vitality of last split, and then Vitality is just shit tier this split. So yeah, it's boring watching most of their games.
Why didn't they make a? Why didn't Vitality make a pitch to steal it back or something? I think that would have been the ideal thing to go for.
They probably did.
Oh, they
Who
also
knows?
lost Shook. Yeah, they also lost Shook. That's the problem. Oh well.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's that wrap.
Yeah,
Off the rail predictions.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess we'll wrap it up with some shoutouts, I guess. If you guys have any shoutouts.
No
Shout outs to my friends trolling me with Spotify and remote desktop.
Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh, but you can't even talk right now.
Lavaliers.
Cleveland Cavaliers. Finally getting a championship in the city after 52 years. LeBron James finally fulfilling his promise after 13 years. Richard Jefferson finally able to retire on his 15th year in the NBA with his final year winning a championship. J.R. Smith, after all he's gone through, finally winning a chip, turning his life around after joining the Cavaliers. Lots of good stories. Tyronn Lue.
Probably still smokes a lot of pots.
Oh, I'm not surprised, but like, he's definitely
smoking a lot of pot right now.
I wouldn't be surprised. He deserves it. Go ahead, man. But yeah, he's definitely he's turned a lot around for sure from his New York days, and I'm glad to see him able to win a championship after being a big fan of his in the Denver Nuggets. So yeah, good job to the Cavaliers. Thank you for taking down Steph Curry, the piece of shit player. Just kidding, he's pretty good, just not an MVP. But yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm disappointed in?
What?
Yo, do you know what I'm disappointed in? I think Melo's never going to win a championship.
He won't. But you know what?
It's a
Richard
shame.
Jefferson's retiring. The Cleveland Cavaliers needs a backup power forward.
You think Okay, do you think Melo? Okay, wait. You think even if Cleveland's willing to go over the cap, they're gonna be able to pay for Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love? Probably trade him away.
You got to trade
and
Kevin Love.
LeBron James, like 3 max. You can't have 3 max.
You got to trade
Someone has
Kevin
to
Love.
take a pay cut. Yeah, no, but then you still like okay, and you maxed out Tristan Thompson as well. So
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? Are you gonna trade away Tristan Thompson as well for Melo?
No, hell no. Well, here's the thing. The
No.
Cavaliers this year are the highest paid team in terms of salary cap. David Griffin
Yeah,
is
I wonder why.
David Griffin is clearly willing to spend the money and pay the salary taxes. So it's possible. Who knows?
Hey, you know what? Kevin Love back to Minnesota.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
That's never gonna happen.
I
But,
can see Kevin
no,
Love and
it's
Russell
it's-
Westbrook going to the Lakers.
No, there's no. Why would you go to the Lakers?
Because why not? If you have Westbrook with you, you can just restart the dynasty or try to.
Why would you leave a winning culture with Kevin Durant, who is the most gifted scorer in our current generation, minus like Steph Curry, to go to a rebuilding franchise?
Because I don't believe Durant is gonna stay in Oklahoma either. I'm pretty sure after next year, Durant is gonna dip. He already sold his apartment last year.
Whatever, he just got a pay raise. He can get a bigger condo.
He sold it. He's clearly not like planning to stay there long term.
I think Westbrook should stick with KD. If they part, it's just going to turn into another Vince Carter T-Mac situation.
I don't think they're splitting because they dislike each other. I just think they're splitting because OKC's not doing enough on their end to surround them with talent.
No, that's still the same situation with Vince Carter and T-Mac. I don't think OKC's not surrounding them. I mean, Steven Adams pretty good, and all their back was really good. They're just this little short from always making it there. I mean, they made it to the finals once. They pushed Golden State to the brink.
With Harden, and they got rid of Harden.
No,
because they weren't willing to
beat
pay.
The Spurs, and they beat the Spurs, and they're this close from beating Golden State too. I think they have a very good formula of doing it again.
Yeah, but that's literally like Durant and Westbrook scoring 80 points in total every single game. Like
they're still young.
Super tough. This is what happened to LeBron James in his first stint with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like, you have to surround your players with a better supporting cast. Otherwise, you can't accomplish shit. You can't be a cheap ass.
All right, okay, perfect. So we send Kevin Durant to Rockets, let him win a championship, 2 championships there, and 4 years later comes back to Oklahoma City with Westbrook, and then they just go and they win like the championship, right? All right, thanks for tuning into the All-In Fantasy Basketball podcast.
Yeah. Anyways, let's
Shout
call
out
this a
to the
wrap.
most flawless transition to the wrong podcast.
Well, Zisha's just there, like, what the fuck are they talking about?
No, this is the chance to play my phone games.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of basketball as well too. But yeah.
Complete off the rail podcast.
Tune in with us every Monday, and you guys can watch our predictions and shitty matchups and fail sauce bets that we have on certain players and stuff. So yeah, tune in next week.
How will Max lose this week?
Thanks for watching, and have yourselves a great night. Peace.